Infinite skills. If it happens on the field, man, you already know. TampaBay.com is where you gotta go to get the facts and the stats, plus the quotes and the block. 6 seasons on the block, we in #1 spot. Yeah, Tampa Bay Times got this game on lock. Friday night rewind, home team, we don't stop.
Hey there, it's John Cotey. Friday night rewind, Saturday night edition, thanks to the Republican National Convention. So great to be able to stay up this late, 2 straight nights.
My sentiments exactly.
Plant, Jesuit, the game of the century for the 2nd straight year. Did it live up to expectations?
Do the words LSU and Alabama mean anything to you?
They do.
Cody, Jesuit officials estimated there were 6,000 people, or nearly 6,000 people, at Corral Stadium tonight. The game began with an extended moment of silence for Frank Rose, the Jesuit running backs coach who passed away at age 38 earlier this week. I still have a hard time believing that. Plant's defense, that was the story of the ball game, held Jesuit to fewer than 100 total yards, forced a couple of fumbles. Jesuit did not have a spring game or preseason classic due to inclement weather in both cases, but their defense played well enough to win. You see Tristan Cooper getting bottled up here. Tigers defense is for real. Plant only scored 2 touchdowns, one here by Paris Bostic. They had 2 short fields as a result of Jesuit turnovers, and the only other points came from Will Few, including a 39-yarder, a career best. But the story of this game, again, Plant's defense, it's ahead of the Plant offense at this point.
Plant winning 18-0, not a surprise. We have them ranked #1. Jesuit losing, not scoring, maybe a little bit of a surprise, but where do you see the Tigers going from here?
I see them going up. It's really unfair to gauge the Tigers offense that has not played anybody in another uniform in, how many, 9 or 10 months to come out, on this type of stage, first game of the year, and play Plant. It's really unfair to gauge that. But again, like I said, defensively, they were in Aaron Banks' grill all night. Plant did a little bit of self-destructing, but Jesuits' defense played well enough to win this game. I mean, they held Plant to 18 points.
John Kelly tonight at Strawberry Crest gets his first victory. That's a pretty big upset, too. 21-7 over Plant City. Tristan Hyde and Corral Hamilton hooking up for 2 touchdowns. Robinson gets 5 interceptions, puts up 50 on Jefferson. That's a little bit surprising. East Bay scores 55 points last week when it doesn't count. 43 points this week when it does. That's 98 points in 2 weeks. That's pretty impressive. And a pretty big shocker, Riverview beating Spoto 24-17. But talk about John Kelly and the job he's doing at Strawberry Crest.
When I went out there earlier this summer, he was talking about having to revamp his whole offensive line. He's the 3rd coach in as many seasons for Strawberry Crest. At that point, he felt like he had maybe one Division I guy in Corral Hamilton. He was hoping he could have a couple more evolve into Division I players, and I've seen Plant City play. I saw their preseason scrimmage. I know what they have on defense with Devin Salmon, who's going to Michigan State, the big defensive tackle. For Strawberry Crest to do that 21-7, I want to see that tape.
And Joey, will you enjoy the lush synthetic turf over at Jesuit? Those aren't my feet, but I was in grass that deep and sand like that.
You realize what gophers can do to a golf course?
Yeah, I know. Was I on a golf course or a football field? There's Trey Vandegrift. He's going up against that guy, Todd Donahue, his old coach. They were together at Strawberry Crest 2 years ago. Donahue making his debut tonight for the Freedom Patriots, going up against Durant. I think one of the better teams in Tampa Bay this year.
Very unappreciated.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling them this year, especially after their game tonight. Freedom, bad performance last week, but this week start out nice. Josh Collazo bats this pass down. They force a punt, get a little pass here to Johnny Radicchio. Look at him scurry around the edge. Nice little run there. But mistakes. Here comes a fumble that's recovered by Zach Whitney. Very next play, and this really just sums up Freedom's struggle so far. Very next play, Reggie Gaynor over the middle, 58 yards for a touchdown. Again, Freedom comes out. Quarterback Taylor King, nice little pass. Again, Radicchio, they're driving, they're moving the ball. King's going to take this next one up the middle for about 15 yards. They got a first down. They're in Durant territory. But a holding penalty brings back a play. Then Zach Whitney gets in there and he sacks Taylor King. They're faced with a third down situation. And, of course, you can predict another sack is coming up. This one by Evan Moody. And here on a 3rd and long, completes a pass to Paxton Sims. That's a first down, and that sets up a few plays later the big boy, Jamarlin Hamilton. That made it 12-0, but Hamilton goes on to rush for 175 yards and 5 touchdowns. Durant 57, Freedom 7. It could be a long season in New Tampa. And some more hot Hillsborough action tonight. Tampa Bay Tech. I'm so bullish on Tampa Bay Tech. I am so bullish on them. They win tonight. Deion Thompson scores a touchdown. Richard Benjamin with a long punt return. Chamberlain beats Bloomingdale 27-13. Xavier Johnson goes over 100. Gaither, last minute drive. Alex Magoo engineers it. Vu Lee runs in for his second touchdown. 24-21 over Alonso.
Gaither's first season opening win since 2006.
Nice. And Sickles, Ray McLeod, 152 yards, 2 touchdowns. They beat a Steinbrenner team that is going to be pretty good. Score 34 points, hold Steinbrenner to minus 28 yards in the second half. I know you like Sickles. I like Sickles. In that district with Jefferson looking as bad as they did the last 2 weeks, there's a playoff berth there. That Sickles-Hillsborough game could be for, maybe a district championship or at the very least a runner-up spot.
Absolutely. That's the Armwood district. I still think Armwood wins it. I think Sickles gets the second playoff spot. They have probably the best defensive front four in the county behind Armwood, and they can do a lot of things offensively with those really tall, rangy receivers and Ray McLeod, who is really a budding star.
Joey, it's not all bad in New Tampa. Wharton went out to King tonight and picked up a victory. Hey there, it's John Cotey with Friday Night Rewind. Game of the century for the second straight year. I'm betting a festive. I'm betting a festive.
We talk about how
a defensive battle again tonight. Kind of what we expected between these two teams.
both.
This is Friday Night Rewind.